Hello and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a B-movie review and I'll be reviewing the movie Axe Giants, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. So I'd never actually heard of Paul Bunyan before I watched this film, and I had to do a bit of research just to find out what it actually was for this review. And apparently Paul Bunyan is kind of an American sort of folklore, and is the tale of this kind of lumberjack around the turn of the century, about 1900 or so, 1906 I think it was. It's a big lumberjack who's got this friend who's friendly with this sort of blue ox or something, and he's become sort of like this American folklore, a bit like Robin Hood in the UK, I would suppose. But I've never heard of him outside of this film, and I've got to say I don't think people in the UK, or certainly outside of America, will have much of a clue who he is either. I don't know how popular the Paul Bunyan story is in the US, but perhaps one of you American viewers can tell me. Anyway, so this brings me on to Paul Bunyan, the Axe Giants, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan film. So let's just say one from the get-go. With a title like that, and if you can see the box art and things like that, you know exactly what this film is going to be like. This is the purest example of a B-movie. So the setup is fairly similar to what you've seen probably many times before. You've got a group of kind of juvenile delinquents being sent on a sort of a tough love, sort of out in the wilderness thing to try and sort of straighten them out with this kind of like hard-nosed drill instructor type, along with a sort of female counsellor. And along the way, they kind of manage to sort of desecrate the burial site of the ox that was friends with Paul Bunyan back in the day, and Paul Bunyan sort of gets pissed off about it and comes for revenge ultimately. We have a sort of a prologue at the beginning, sort of showing you some action from the old days where he sort of takes revenge on some lumberjacks that are chopping down wood and ultimately originally killing his beloved ox. Anyway, really the majority of the film from that point on is this sort of giant ogre guy basically just trying to kill this bunch of kids. Let's be honest, this was made to be a cheesy film. There's no getting around that they were doing anything more than that, and it does know that film to its credit. Now, if I would have to say a positive about this film, that is going to be it. It's kind of one of these films where it knows it's going to be really schlocky, cheesy, B-movie, so bad it's good type films. And it does have a bit of a sense of fun to it. I do get the impression towards the end of this film it's maybe trying to go for a bit of a King Kong vibe. We found out quite late in the film that he used to have this sort of infatuation with this sort of girl, and one of the female students looks a bit like her. But it's very undeveloped, that thread, I have to say. So it kind of makes that whole sort of subplot a little bit weak. This will be a film very, very easy to pick it apart, because it's got so many sort of plot holes and so many sort of poor special effects and acting and things like that. It's a very, very easy film to pick apart. I mean, if you could be as picky as, I mean, we see him as a sort of a normal sized human in the past. Now he's kind of, I don't know, 20 feet high, 25 feet high, something like that. And his clothes and acts seem to have grown with him. Stuff like that. So the special effects, some places they don't look too bad, I have to say. They always look cheap, but there are some places where the effects don't look too bad. But other than that, the effects, generally speaking, for the majority of the film at least, are very, very cheap looking. Certain scenes, they look incredibly bad, I have to say though. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, going from kind of properly average to completely crap. The acting, again, not terrible, I have to say. I mean, they're all sort of fairly sort of unknown actors. You've got, I think, Joe Estevez there is probably about the only name that you're going to sort of recognise there, and he's really the only sort of the actor. Doesn't really need any big actors, because this is only going to ever be a cult film. Like I said, it is a bit of fun, but if you have any type of quality control, you're going to want to give this a miss. But if you do like your super cheesy B movies, then you might be interested in this one. Despite how sort of crappy it is, I wasn't actually bored in it, so I will say that. So with that in mind, I'm going to give this film a 3 out of 10, just because it is such a sort of an amusing film to watch, and it's so sort of cheesy. I wasn't bored necessarily, but honestly, if you're expecting any type of intelligence in this film, forget it. So 3 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think about it. Leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.